Hey, it's Steve and MetaZoo, out for another little ride. We're just in town, running some errands before we open up the museum. Matter of fact, it was so chilly this morning, which is a difference from what we've had. They actually had the heat up this morning. We went out and to get rid of some garbage and stuff. We got the video up, 5-day trip, basically South Carolina, North Carolina, and Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Paranormal investigation, just traveling around. Got some pretty interesting stuff. Wasn't as much as I was hoping. Unfortunately, right at the beginning of the trip, I was not feeling well. I ended up with some kind of weird rash all over. I don't know what it was from, an allergic reaction to something. I think I was cross-contaminated because of the tick bite. Something got me, and I wasn't feeling 100% just before we hit the road, and I got luck. And I was just taking lots of antihistamines the whole way. So it was pretty blotchy, pretty achy a couple of days, and then it just continued to get better by the end. But pretty much by Gettysburg, I was feeling pretty good. That's pretty much it. Anyway, the video, I edited it up. I'm pretty much enjoying it. It was just nice to get out of his window popping up saying, "Do you want to join this Fitz Foundation internet?" It's like, no, I'm just recording, not going live. So just cruising through back roads here. I'm going to hit a couple of little stores in town. I got to get a little something for MetaZoo here, who, by the way, loves going for rides. Every time we go out, take him for a walk. Next thing is, let's go to the car. Let's go somewhere. So even doing a long trip, like going from Smithfield, North Carolina, which is Becky's log cabin, from there all the way up to Gettysburg. And I tried to take secondary roads to stay out of DC and stuff, and we got all convoluted and stuck in crazy traffic in the middle of nowhere, and ended up adding like an hour and 40 minutes to our trip. I knew it was going to add some extra time, but then never should have added that much. But very scenic, had a good time, but he was good. He was a good boy. I'm gonna gas up today too, although the prices of gas, it's so painful. That's one of the things I gotta say. Driving this trip, we put on over 1,000 miles, about 1,100 and something total, and the gas costs more than hotel rooms, and I was trying to stay at cheap motels. I mean, most of the places are staying at kind of, roadside attractions. I mean, south of the border, Becky's log cabin, and these are all, and plus I have to go dog friendly. So you basically, a lot of the dog friendly motels are things like Motel 6, Super 8s, things like that, which are not very exciting to film in. And it's like, they can be old and disgusting, but they're not creepy. They don't have that creep factor, and they don't have the stories behind them and stuff. All these sheriffs in town. Must be a funeral today. Or famous ABC liquor store in downtown Littleton, Hardee's. There's a funeral home here, which I'm guessing that's what they're setting up for. The building you see being built over here is the brewery coming to town. All excited about that. Yep, don't want to drive over the plate. You okay? You're falling over. Yeah, I'm not sure what this guy's doing, but I'm going to attempt to pass him. I assume he's parking. Yep, drive around with his puppy too. All right. I'm just trying to hold on to the puppy on the bumpy roads. The suspension in this thing's pretty stiff. It's the old Durango. The museum vehicle. Anyway, I want to plan another road trip. That was enjoyable now that I'm a little bit healthier. So this is, today's Wednesday. We're hoping for a pretty busy day here. Probably won't do anything for another week or so. We're still looking, part of the trip too is to look for possible different locations in case we have to move the museum. We're in a position where we have to do something. Hopefully we can work it out and buy the building, which is the grand plan. But God forbid, I have to be prepared to move, uproot, and change things. So I'm just pulling into the Mexican restaurant here, which is around the corner. It should be opening up soon. I'm surprised there's nobody here. Let me crack your window a little bit. There you go. So obviously I'm going to head someplace totally different than we've hit, since we hit 3 locations there. It'll probably be me and MetaZoo hitting the road. So once again, pet friendly. Since we did all paranormal on this last adventure, I'm thinking the way to go on this next one should be more UFO or cryptic. So another thing too I want to do is go down. Medoc Mountain State Park's going to be closing for like 8 months. They're doing major renovations. Can you believe this? I'm getting a heat thing here. Hang on. Straight. Actually, I had to turn the air on to blow air onto the phone because this actually gave me a thing saying it was warm up on the dashboard, even though I had to have the heater on earlier. It's warming up a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to go. I have to figure that out. But nothing else. Do a camp out at Medoc with Pesky here. My plan is to bring a tent, spend the night, at least one night with him, see how it works out. I'm not sure how he'll be. I'm just worried about ticks and chiggers with the puppy. I might do is I've cleaned this thing out really good. I'm trying to organize it for a little road trip, so I usually carry way too much crap, way too much. So I'm trying to teach myself to strip down to this bare minimum. So I'll have to carry obviously a Blue Yeti or a jacket or maybe both. I just have some basic stuff just to control things. And but I want to see how that works out. And I'll probably do is, if I can, I'll sleep in here, sleep in the back. So I want to lay the seats down and see how that works out. Food-wise, I would carry bare minimum. I would carry my cook kit like I always carry, but you plan on making like maybe oatmeal, coffee. I mean, just boiling water, basically. I'm not going to worry about making real meals, bringing a regular cook stove and things of that sort. Just try to get things out. I mean, I just haven't been on the road in a while. I've been going through some crazy stuff. Kind of living in limbo, not sure what's going to happen, when and where. And that's kind of what the game plan is. We're still trying to set things up. We're going to have a couple events going at the museum. Bigfoot 101, which we keep on putting off because there's stuff going on. But I'll get a date for that. And invite people in. We're going to do probably pretty much George and myself doing it. Just teaching, the do's and don'ts on, people who aren't familiar with hiking or bigfooting, or how to use bear spray, basic equipment, basic do's and don'ts. A lot of it's common sense, but you would think most people would know, and a lot of people just don't have it. I've never done it, and we've had people literally go out there on the campsite with us and go out on a trail and leave somebody behind that wasn't feeling well, a guy with a bad heart. And literally left them on the trail. It was like, what were you thinking? Never leave someone, just things like that. You would think would be automatic, but apologize for getting some extra wind here. I got the window open for Pesty on that side. But that's it. I just wanted to do a short video, cruising around with Pesty here, getting ready to open up. If you guys think of anything else you think we should do, especially someplace I can bring the goofy pet, let me know. We're up for it. He's got to get his sea legs. Every time we make a turn, he kind of starts to tumble over. I got to grab him. He's always basically standing on something, peering out a window, but he loves driving. He's a cruising dog. All right, folks, I'm going to let you go. Oh, no, he's whining. What's the matter, baby? What's the matter? Are you laying down now? All right, folks, talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Like I said, give us some ideas, places you think we should go. I was talking about doing Roswell. I've been wanting to go across the country so bad, but I looked it up. It's 1,700 miles one way. The gas alone would kill me. And if I lived in the vehicle the whole way, it was like, oh my God, it would be so rough. So I think that's going to be for another trip, and that would probably pay to rent a little tiny gas-efficient vehicle for that trip instead of driving this beast, which means even stripping down more stuff. And once again, bringing a puppy is not the easiest thing in the world. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Everyone have a good one.